Welcome to the second video of this series. We're going to focus on the knee. The knee joint, remember, is a stable joint. We want to be able to focus on the muscle that are helping keeping that knee stable. So we have the quadriceps, which is 4 large muscles in the front above the knee that are responsible for the extension of your legs, your lower legs under the knee. And then we have the hamstring muscle, which is in the back of your upper legs, which are actually crossing the knee and responsible for flexing the knee. So we're going to focus on those muscles and be able to strengthen those muscles. Let's start. All right, the first exercise is going to be a single leg balance. We're going to shift our body weight from the right leg to the left leg. This has the intention to realign the knee over the ankle and to stabilize that knee by engaging the hamstring and the quad. So we're going to be on 1 minute for this exercise. So I have my timer, and then it doesn't really matter which way I'm going to be facing, either this way or to the side. It doesn't matter here. I'm going to have my feet at the same width than my hip, and I'm going to start into that happy place, meaning I bend the knee slightly, shift my body weight over the ball of my foot. You can hear in my voice, I have very little vibration to the head. And I'm gonna transfer my body weight to my left leg by lifting my heel, just keeping a little toe touch here, and then switching to the right leg. Same thing I'm keeping right now, a little toes in contact with the power plate, just shifting from one leg to the other. Now I'm feeling a little bit more confident, so I can lift that leg over the platform, staying into a single leg balance, and then again, shifting to the other legs and completely coming into a single leg balance. Now, if you're feeling confident today, you can also let go any kind of support, and we're going to redo that exercise without any support. So you can continue that same exercise if you want, but I'm gonna shift now facing my handlebar, and I'm gonna move to that single leg balance. Slight bend into the knee and shift to the right leg and alternate between that right leg and left leg. Now, I like to look forward for this exercise. Don't look down at the timer. Have a good posture here. It's only shifting the center of gravity to load one leg entirely with my body weight, and then switching. All right, that was a little bit more challenging. We're gonna move on to an exercise where it's called the wall squat. So I don't have a wall here, but if you have your power plate next to a wall, that would be a great time to use it. Now I'm going to be using my stability bar, and the goal here is to be able to lean slightly against my bar. I'm holding here on the bar, but having a different angle here into the knee, a little bit of a lower angle. And we're gonna stay here into this position. So, ready? We're gonna do 30 seconds for this exercise. I'm starting here and holding the position. Again, with a different angle into the knee, you're loading more the quads, you're loading more those muscles to be able to maintain the position. So the angle of that knee is forcing the muscle to work harder. I still have my body weight over both of my legs. So the next exercise, now that my vibration stopped, is going to be to stay loaded on a single legs. So how do I perform this exercise? I'm going to be sideways here to show you. I'm slightly to the edge, the side edge of my power plate. I'm going to have my knee directly lined up over my ankle. I'm going to hold on my handlebar, and the goal here is going to be to bring the opposite leg to the plate and then bring back that foot to the ground. So I'm trying for a few seconds to really load that leg with this angle, and you're going to feel a tremendous activation here. So let's do 30 seconds for this exercise. You can see here, I'm barely moving my knee. I'm trying to keep that angle, drive the tailbone behind, and then loading that legs with all my body weight, but this time, all my body weight on one leg. I've got 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and relax. Woo! You're definitely going to feel that one. Let's do the other legs. Again, start with the knee aligned with the ankle, and then start your vibration now. Drive that hip back. Almost like if you're sitting in a chair, 90-degree angle into that knee. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2. Woo! Definitely feeling that great engagement here above the knee. The next exercise is going to be to challenge the hamstring. And so we're going to need the strap here. This exercise is called Good Morning. You know Good Morning with additional weight in front of the body. It's targeting the posterior chain and the hamstring. So we're going to be using the strap here to be able to place it at the crease of our hip and make sure that we're keeping a great posture. So I'm going to be standing on the power plate, show you the exercise first. I'm placing the strap in the crease of my hip, and I'm going to slightly bend the knee, just a slight bend into the knee because I am on vibration. I'm going to drive my chest parallel to the floor and activate those hamstring and that posterior chain to bring my body into a vertical position. So let's start. I'm going to do 60 seconds on this exercise because it takes a little bit of practice and proper form. So I'm going to do that exercise slowly. So I've got my feet apart, slight bend into the knee. I have placed the strap right here in the crease of my hip, and I'm driving my chest towards the floor and bring it back my chest in the vertical position. Knowing right now that it is my body weight divided over both legs here. So you should feel right here that you are pinching into the crease of your hip the strap. Last one. Again, range of motion here is to keep that proper form. I don't want you to bend the lower back or the upper back. All right, we're gonna now, again, challenge that same move with only one leg. So this is moving on just more to a single leg. Look, I am going to have my foot on the edge of the plate here. I'm gonna focus on that left leg, and I'm going to hinge at the hip, but keeping my hip square. So here, this is important. This is not how far you go with that leg back and up, but it is how good you manage to keep those hips square. All right, I'm gonna focus on one leg only. and repeat that 1 minute. And bring back my body. So this is my fulcrum point. You can see that my upper body is aligned with that leg that I'm rising, and keep those hips square. Remember, you don't have any additional resistance here than your body weight, but you have the vibration. So don't think that this is an easy move. Absolutely not. You have additional recruitment into those muscles, and that proper form guarantee the firing of those muscles. I've got about 2 more repetitions here. See, I'm not going fast. I'm keeping that proper form and going slow into the motion. You're definitely going to feel it. Time to switch to the other legs. So the 1 minute here is important because we're going slow and we're trying to keep the recruitment to its max. So right position, slight bend into the knee, and hinging at the hip here, keeping those hips square. Now you might not have the range of motion, so just go with less range of motion, but keeping those hips square. We're also not equal on the right leg and the left leg. I, for myself, has a tighter hip or tighter hamstring on one leg, compensation and movement pattern. So I can tell that maybe I need less range of motion to keep the proper form. All right, we're moving again on activating those quads and hamstring as well, but by doing another balance exercise. So this one is gonna have a slight bend into the knee on that single leg balance. We're gonna do a toe reach. So I'm going to be on a single leg balance, and I'm going to reach with my toe past the level of my power plate. So you can see I'm going down here, reaching for the ground, forward here, reaching for the ground. So we are slowly having the knee bending a little bit more as we're reaching with the toe, which create an instability. We're adding a motion on that opposite leg than just staying on that single legs, okay? We're going to reach forward and back and side to side. Let's go. We're going to be on 30 seconds for this one, because I want you to have the ability to take a rest. So I am into that single leg balance. Try to have very light support here, and I'm reaching forward and reaching back, adding a slight bend into that knee as I'm doing this motion. It's almost like you're feeling the water before you arrive and entering into the water. So this is a little toe reach. All right, shake the legs, and we're going for, again, 30 seconds, but this time I'm reaching side to side. This is a perfect preparation for the next exercise that will come after this one, which will be our lateral step. Good. Switching legs. So remember, I'm going to first reach forward and back. Pointing the toe definitely helps to have that amplitude. And of course, you're working the ankle, you're working the hip, everything is connected. But we're focusing here on the muscle surrounding the knee. Last one is my side to side. Hitting repeat here on my 30-second. Keep a light touch on that additional support. Maybe you're holding the wall or a piece of furniture. Just a few more seconds and relax. All right, the last exercise for this routine on the knee and knee stability is going to be the lateral lunge and forward lunge. So we're going to be starting from the floor and we're going to lunge on the power plate. So I want you to have enough space between you and the power plate so when you're lunging, you can actually have almost a 90-degree angle here on the front knee and a 90-degree angle on that back knee. So, and we're pushing away. Now, having the ability to stabilize once you're pushing is also a core exercise. Everything is connected. Let's start. We're gonna be on 1 minute for this exercise because it takes a little bit of time to position ourselves. I'm here holding and pushing away. We have worked on the mobility of our big toe. Look at my foot in the back of my legs. All that is now being used for those motion. You can see the tempo here is very slow. The point is to really control the motion. To the end. All right, we're gonna work on lateral lunge. So I am sideways to my power plate. I'm gonna bring my body weight over the foot and push back. That's the motion. All right, let's start. I'm driving all my body weight over this leg and push back. That knee needs to stabilize to be able to allow my glutes and to fire and my adductor to engage to be able to bring back my body weight over my left leg here. Try to keep the legs that is on the ground straight. This is your grounded leg. And then you can start, you know, when you're doing this series more than once and you start practicing, it's always great to be able to keep track of how many repetitions you're doing to be equal on each legs. All right. Moving on to my left leg now for my front lunge. Position myself here. I'm happy with my position. Get a good core engagement. I have a good posture here. If you need to hold with a chair nearby, you can as well to have a little bit more support. But remember, the key here is to be able to stabilize in that position. Fire the proper muscle to maintain that proper form. Have the time to do one more here. And push back. I'm going to my lateral lunge here. So if you have a power plate personal, you don't have to do that big step that we have to do here. And having my power plate move on the shield is rising the power plate from the floor. So make sure that you are slow and moving that leg. Transfer your body weight right here over the heel. Your sit bone is driving towards the heel and push back. Again, range of motion here is to your comfort level. You should not feel pain, you should feel exercise, tightness, effort, but definitely no pain. All right, whew. We are done with our knee series. It's time to hit the hip.